Hello, I am Saberwolf Sid, and I'm here to talk to you about my top 10 best favorite movies of 2014. This list was a little hard, so there are some honorable mentions. There are 6 honorable mentions, and then the top 10 will begin. So, let us begin with the honorable mentions, number 6. The 6th honorable mention is 22 Jump Street. I thought that was a great sequel, a very good comedy sequel. We don't get too many good sequels out there, but this was a really, really good one. I thought it was very funny, and I enjoyed it. My 5th one would be The Interview, which I just saw recently, and I thought it was very funny as well. I was surprised. All the controversial and hype for this movie was insane, but me and a friend watched it, and we both were laughing our butts off. We both thought it was pretty good. It was a very good comedy. If you want to see it for yourself, it's on Xbox, YouTube, and they only want you to pay like $6. That's not bad. I mean, you can either see it that way or try to find a theater that has it somewhere. There's only selected ones, so eh. Number 4 would be Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier. Now, I know some of you probably be thinking that should be on my top 10, but it's not. I like Captain America, but he's not one of my most favorite Marvel heroes. But it's a very good movie. It had a lot of action. I did like it a lot, and I would like to own it someday. I don't even own it yet, but it is a very good movie. I did like it. Okay, so now my number 3 honorable mention would be Enemy. Jake Gyllenhaal new movie was confusing as heck, but a very good movie, and I really liked it. For it being a little confusing, I had to really think through what it was about and everything, but I really liked it. I thought it was really good. Number 2 would be Under the Skin. Another one that was a little confusing and a little weird, but I really liked it for that reason, for it being so different and likable, and Scarlett Johansson as this predator that was looking for prey just to feed on, and everything was pretty interesting. I really liked it. And then my number 1 honorable mention is Big Hero 6. That was a very, very good Marvel / family / kids movie. I mean, that was a very good movie. Now, on to my top 10. Coming at number 10 is How to Train Your Dragon 2. I finally got to see How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I loved it. It is by far the best animated kids movie I have seen this year. The movie was fantastic. There are so many dog scenes and so many awesome scenes with Toothless, and I mean, it's just a good movie. There's a lot of action and a lot of emotional parts. I almost cried 3 times during this movie. I loved How to Train Your Dragon 2. Coming up on number 9 is... I'm sorry if I keep looking at my list. I wrote it a couple of days ago, now I'm kind of forgetting it. That's very bad of me. Very, very bad of me. Anyway, coming at number 9 is a movie that has been nominating and basically nominated for all these awards and for this certain actor. And the movie is Nightcrawler. Now, this movie, I didn't know what to think when I first saw trailers for it. I was like, oh, it looks decent, probably be an alright movie. But man, did I change my mind. I loved Nightcrawler. That movie was fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal, just seeing from what he was doing to what he became, was really something different. I mean, that movie just can blow your mind. If you not seen Nightcrawler, you should see it. You would be shocked with every single part, or any of the biggest moments in the movie. The movie is fantastic. Coming up on number 8 is an old movie that I thought was very good. I really enjoyed it, and it is Fury. Now, Fury was very, very good. Fury was a good army movie. I really like how it was. All the characters were great. I know some people really didn't like it because, but I liked it for what it was. I understood it, and I thought it was very, very. It was made and it was really made well. Coming at number 7 is Coming at number 7 is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now, it's funny, but that would be my number 7 when that was my very first video I reviewed for this channel, and I put so much praise and love into it, and I still do. I still love it. The movie is very, very good. But there was some I did see that I saw that I thought were much better. But it is still a great movie, and I loved it. And I liked it moving wise. And I'm still not a huge Planet of the Apes fan. I'm still getting it all into the stuff. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see what they do with the third one in this franchise. I'd like to see if they keep going and going with it. I mean, it's really good, very good. Coming at number 6 is, I actually have it, is a movie that was going to change a couple of things, but then they decided not to, and only put it in selected theaters for people to see. It was also on demand, and it starred a certain actor, and it's not even an American film. It's a foreign film. It is Snowpiercer. This movie is incredible. There are so many action scenes that are just amazing. Chris Evans does a fantastic job in the film. He is very good. I was really surprised. I mean, because I know he plays Captain America, but he did a really good job in this movie. This movie was fantastic. Just the way it was set up was really well. They did a very, very good job on it. If any of you have not seen this, you should definitely check it out. It's a very good foreign film. Very good. And don't worry, it is in English. It is in English, so you'll be able to watch it with no problem. Coming at number 5 is another very good action movie that I really enjoyed, that surprised me, and I'm glad he has finally come back and he did something good. And I really hope it made enough money to where there should be a franchise, because I want to see a franchise out of this. Number 5 is John Wick. Keanu Reeves was a complete badass in this movie. I loved it. I really enjoyed all the action scenes. I really enjoyed about every single part of this movie. I really hope that all my fans or anybody that mentioned this movie, I really hope that moviegoers actually saw this and made some money for it, because since this movie deserves a lot. I would love to see a franchise of John Wick, at least a trilogy. I mean, seriously, Keanu Reeves is 50 years old and he was kicking a lot of ass in the movie, and that's just awesome. Coming in at number 4 is a movie that I wasn't entirely sure about either, but this was even before I started my YouTube channel. But I already saw this movie and I really liked it a lot. And I'm not a big Tom Cruise guy. That is the hint there. But I think he did very well, and I really enjoyed the movie. And it is Edge of Tomorrow. Now I know it says Live, Die, Repeat, but it's not the actual name. It's right here. Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow. Not this. I don't know why we did that. But this is a great sci-fi action movie. I mean, you want to talk about a good sci-fi action movie? This is the one I talk about. It is like Groundhog Day meets sci-fi / action. There was so many cool scenes in this movie. There's so much cool action, and the idea of him reliving it the same day over and over and over again to actually get it right to where it all finally ends. It was cool. It was like watching somebody play a video game, or yourself playing a video game to where if you died, I gotta start the game. I mean, it was like playing the old original video games. And those old original games, they were a lot of fun, but they were hard as hell. Seriously. But man, they did such a good job on this movie. They really did. This is probably Tom Cruise's best movie I've seen yet. I think he still has it. I would still like to see him in more movies, and this was really good. Plus, Emily Blunt, she was a complete badass. She really is. I mean, look at her. Look, she looks like a badass right there. She's a complete badass, and I did not want to mess with her at all during the watch her in the home movie. I'm like, I did not want to mess with her, but she is hot. Alright, coming in number 3 is the X-Men Days of Future Past. The best X-Men ever in the franchise. Wolverine has always been my favorite, and of course Hugh Jackman does very good as Wolverine. In fact, it just keeps going better and better for him. He just does a very good job as Wolverine. Everyone did a very good job in this movie. I loved this movie. This is the best X-Men. They got the story right, the ending of how they just change it all and say F you to the other movies is just like, what? It's just insane. And I own all of them. Yeah, I even own the crappy Wolverine movie, but I was okay because Wolverine's my favorite. I just like him, period. But this is the best X-Men movie, and every character was like, even Quicksilver was awesome. The scene with Quicksilver with the slow-mo and what he does to all the security guards was just phenomenal and hilarious. I love X-Men Days of Future Past. It's a great film. If you have not seen this, you should see it. Especially if you're an X-Men or a Marvel fan. You should really see this movie. Coming at number 2 is what I thought would be my movie of the year. When I first saw it, I immediately told myself that this is going to be my movie of the year. I know it's going to be. But I saw something better than it. But it still does not stop me from saying it's one of my all-time favorite movies, and it is Godzilla. Yes, I loved Godzilla that much. I liked it more than X-Men. I liked it more than Enemy, Under the Skin, Edge of Tomorrow, John Wick, all those other movies I listed. I liked Godzilla more. Why? Because I grew up with Godzilla. He has always been my most favorite reptile monster. He is just awesome. And yes, sorry, that was my phone. Sorry about that. But Godzilla, he has always been one of my biggest heroes, and I've always loved his reptilian dinosaur. I watched his movies so much as a kid. I always loved him. And yes, this one is slow. It is a little slow, I'll admit it. But the pace was actually fine for me. I didn't mind the pacing at all, and just the teasing, I was cool with that too. I didn't mind. I was getting all pumped up and everything, and when it came to that moment, when it came to the ending of getting to see the final fight battle scene, was just, oh my god, that was amazing. I was literally cheering in the theater. And I cheered again when I bought it on Blu-ray and watched the same scene. I love Godzilla. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and definitely my number 2 for 2014. If any of you have not seen Godzilla, there's just something wrong with you. You need to see this. This is the best Godzilla movie I've ever seen, and I cannot wait to see what they do with a second one, because I have already heard that they are doing a second one for this, so I really want to see what they do with it. Alright. Coming in at number 1 was a complete big shocker for me. I was really excited to see how this would work. I never heard of these heroes. I never read the comics form. I never really did read many Marvel comics, but I did kind of look at them here and there and see what they were like. And I watched a bunch of the Marvel movies, and I love superheroes. But this one alone, there's just something about this movie. I saw it in theaters. I loved it. I saw it again for the second time in theaters. I loved it even more. And then when I bought it and watched it with my roommate, I loved the movie even more. The movie is just such a fun and incredible movie, and it is definitely my number 1. My number 1 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now that might come to surprise you, but this is actually my number 1. Out of all the other movies I chose, all the other movies I give praise to, I give all my praise to this film. I love this movie. All 5 characters are amazing. The story is awesome. The movie playing out like a Star Wars, Star Trek film is incredible. This movie is just absolutely amazing. And I love the case. Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord were like my 2 favorites, but I mean, I love all 5 of them. All 5 of these characters are just amazing. The movie is incredible, and if none of you have checked out Guardians of the Galaxy, you should definitely check it out. This is my number one, my best movie of my favorite and my best movie of this year. Okay, now that is my top 10 best movies of this year. Now, since there was someone there that I never mentioned in reviews, I apologize for that, but they were all good movies and I all loved my top 10, okay? I will be having my top 10 worst movies up soon. That is going to be a lot of fun, because I actually did get to see some horrible movies also while I was gone for so long and not been in videos of. I still apologize again for that. But I really hope you've enjoyed this list. I should have my top 10 worst up soon. And how I am the almighty Saberwolf Sid, and I will see you all next time.